So recently, update 3.12 dropped for the finals, and there wasn't really anything much to talk about within that patch, but there was something interesting to see when you launched your game. And what you saw when you launched your game was a video of Scotty and June talking about Season 4, maybe? And I'm going to play this video straight through with no interruptions. This video is from Portal, and after watching the video, I'm going to be breaking down some of the things that I noticed within the video, and yeah.
An electrifying performance by the Live Wires. What a win! And now, a word from one of our sponsors.
The life giver, the sun, always on, the source of everything that is good. But can it be trusted? Holtow's Sun Insurance will have you covered if the unimaginable happens and the light goes out. Holtow, brighter than ever.
All right, we're clear. June, what's up? You seem distracted today.
It's just, I heard that Marcel from corporate has shown up here.
What? Marcel from MultiCo? You mean Merciless Marcel?
The one and only.
Oh boy. Well, after everything we've been through with CNS and the reboot, I'm not really surprised.
Rumor has it that he had a meeting with the sponsors this morning. Things are definitely going to change around here. Again.
Good. And let's hope they take CNS and its game mode out of the spotlight.
Said like a true spokesperson for Ospuze.
Hey, it's the best drink in the world.
Alright, so let's look at this first part regarding Holtow Insurance. Basically, this advertisement is talking about how people should get sun insurance that will have you covered if the unimaginable happens. It seems like it's referring to if the sun dies out or something like that. And I'm not sure really what this sun insurance really means, but judging just from the advertisement, the sun insurance is probably something that is important in this universe. Just looking at Holtow's logo or icon, you can kind of see it's like a circle within a square. I mean, it seems like the circle is the sun and the square is sort of representing Holtow protecting us from the sun or something like that. So it's probably something very important in this universe. There is a QR code at the bottom right, and basically what's on that website is just a sort of static picture or like a still picture of the Holtow proof of insurance card. I'm not really sure if this connects to anything Easter egg related. I'm not really well versed in the current Easter egg meta. Just by looking at this, I can kind of tell that usually when you see a card or it's like a solid color, right? There's not really a reflection, but on this card, you can kind of see it's like a reflection of the inside of a house or something like that. There's like a window you can kind of see on the left side of the card. On the right side, sort of a wall. So maybe, I don't know, this further shows the insurance of protecting yourself from the sun, but I'm not entirely sure. But I think that's a very interesting thing to note. And notice at the top right of the card is sort of like a yellow and black circle symbol-ish thing. This sort of reminds me of like the crash test dummy. Pretty sure that skin also has this symbol on it. Or something like a nuclear reactor or something like that. But probably more towards the crash test dummy. Further showing the point of insurance and stuff like that. That's everything that seems to be related to the Holtow part of the video. And then we get to this part where we sort of go into this conversation with June and Scotty, where June talks about this person from corporate, which seems to be MultiCo. And so MultiCo and corporate are sort of synonymous. And there's this person named Marcel from MultiCo/corporate. And this person has a nickname called Marcel the Merciless, or Merciless Marcel, the one and only. So obviously Marcel has a reputation for being merciless. So maybe he does things very harshly, or maybe the things he does are always super unapologetic. Scotty says, oh boy. But he's saying he's not really surprised because of CNS hacking and the reboot. So this was sort of to be expected. So Marcel was supposed to come through, and it seems like corporate or MultiCo, they kind of owned the finals or something. For some reason, they have to keep this going or whatever, or they feel like they have to intervene with the finals, and it seems like they're sort of in control. And as they're talking about Merciless Marcel, I think it's important to note as the screen sort of zooms out, or as the data is sort of heading towards this final symbol that's in the middle of our screen, we can kind of see an image that sort of we just passed through, and I think it's quite obviously an eye or something, and I think this might be Marcel. Let me know what you guys think, but I think this image is very obviously an eye, like a person's eye, but you can see like the skin, the outer layer of the skin. But this is when they're talking about Marcel. So maybe this is Marcel. So Marcel is here. There's been a rumor, or June says there's a rumor that Marcel had a meeting with the sponsors this morning. Some of these sponsors show up on the screen: Isolt and Gmo, and then there's like a third image. Not sure who that is. Probably a new sponsor is what I'm assuming, because it shows up right after Isolt and Njimo. So it seems like it's going to be a new sponsor for next season. So as this video is going on too, we can kind of see images popping up on the left, or just like everywhere, but a lot of these images are just reused, it seems like, or not really reused, but like a lot of these images are places we already know of. And so after June and Scotty sort of talk about Marcel meeting with the sponsors and that things are definitely going to change around here again, Scotty says good, and let's hope they take CNS and its game mode out of the spotlight. So that sort of hints towards that like TA is not going to be the main game mode. Pretty sure they're not going to remove TA, but probably going to be not the main game mode in terms of ranked. And they sort of imply that Ospuze does not like TA, I guess. But I'm not really sure what they mean. But like Scotty says good, and let's hope they take CNS and its game mode out of the spotlight. And what I take this to mean is like, okay, Scotty doesn't like CNS and its game mode, which is TA. June responds saying, said like a true spokesperson for Ospuze. You can take this multiple ways, but one way you could take is that I guess Ospuze also doesn't like TA, or Scotty actually said it like a person for Ospuze. And then Scotty says, hey, it's the best drink in the world, which I don't really think is really related, but could mean that the best decision is also to remove CNS and TA. But anyways, at the end, you can kind of notice that when they end the video, it sort of goes to the final screen, right? One of the frames for when they're switching over to the final screen, we sort of get like this rainbow color that might be hinting towards Arc Raiders. Not entirely sure. Maybe these two games are connected somehow. So that basically is everything surface level about the video that I wanted to talk about. But in the video, there are also glitches or like screen tearing or whatever at some parts of the video. And during those glitches, we can kind of see some things, or maybe some things. But there are also a lot of things that seem like things that aren't things, that are really not a thing. And I don't know if I'm making sense here, but I'll show you what I mean. So here at the bottom left, we can kind of see like a railing, probably from Kyoto. And as the screen glitches out, that ring sort of turns into like a face or something like that. The image becomes mirrored, so it kind of makes it look like a face or not, but it's really just the picture just being mirrored. And you can see a lot of different examples of this too. Like in this frame here, it kind of looks like there's a Pokemon at the top right, or a Power World type animal. And at the bottom right, you can kind of see another thing that kind of looks like a face or whatever. But really, these are just images that are just kind of mirrored. But is there really anything to take from these glitches? And I think there might be. Here in this frame, at the top left, we can see that the finals image isn't really getting mirrored at all, it feels like, at least in my opinion. But we can kind of see sort of like a shadowy figure, possibly a person there in front of the finals sign. I do think that is sort of intentional and not part of like the glitchy effect, but I'm not entirely sure because it's not really mirrored with anything. So who could this shadowy figure be? And I'm not really sure. It could be MultiCo, it could be whoever's behind it. But I think an important thing to know also is like, why are we still getting these glitchy or hacking effects for these lore videos when I feel like it's sort of already been decided that the reboot kind of stopped CNS or whatever. So I'm not even really sure what these glitches are even from or who's really doing them. Is it really CNS still trying to hack into the system or something like that? And looking at the other glitch effect in the video, we can also kind of see like this black demon, I want to say, or something like an 8-bit demon. I'm pretty confident this is intentionally put into this video. I don't really see any images that would sort of create this image, but I mean, I could be wrong here. So maybe that would show up as a sticker or something, or maybe part of the new map. We'll just have to see. Alright, so that basically covers everything I wanted to talk about regarding that teaser video, but I also will be covering things that Embark themselves have leaked about Season 4. If that video is already out, I will have it around here somewhere, or it will come out tomorrow maybe, but keep an eye out, like, comment, subscribe. Please comment about what you guys think about Season 4, and maybe you guys spotted things that I didn't spot within the teaser video. Please let me know in the comments. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. See ya.